All right, microphone test. Sharyn, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Welcome to Coffee Time with Sharyn and Justin. This is Justin Popovich from toolsformotivation.com, and on the other side of the screen, now on my screen, you're to the right. I have no idea what the viewers are going to be seeing. I believe you're also going to be to the right for them. We have Sheldon from Content Sparks. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Doing well. This is cool. We've been trying to set this up for a while. We finally got some time to do it. Now, the purpose today here is that I'm going to be kind of leading this, and I want for people watching to get an idea about what Sharyn does at Content Sparks. If you know us from Tools for Motivation, you know that we create done-for-you self-help packages that you can use in your business to generate revenue, to help generate your leads, and do any branding and marketing, really get traffic to your website, and so on. Sharyn does very similar stuff, but it's also quite different in a lot of different ways. So we partner well together because I find that a lot of our materials really do kind of go hand in hand for certain segments of our respective lists. So the goal of this today is to introduce you to Sharyn if you haven't heard of her before. If you haven't, why not? And then B, actually talk a little bit about what she does, because contentsparks.com is an amazing website. The type of content that Sharyn and her team produces, you will not find anywhere else online. It is incredibly unique, very, very high quality. She's one of the top 2 or 3 people that we will refer our customers to. I would even refer Sharyn's newest products without even looking at them. That's how good they've been consistently for years. And then most importantly, this is where I'm going to get Sharyn to chime in. Mm-hmm. How can you actually take stuff like what Sharyn builds, which are done for you courses? They go to a much deeper level in many cases than we do at Tools for Motivation. I'll explain the differences and how you can take courses like that to grow your business. That could mean more sales, generating more revenue. It could mean getting just a bigger audience, growing your list. It could mean networking with other business owners to create additional opportunities that haven't existed before, and much more, obviously. So Sharyn will have lots of different examples of how our customers are using it. Is that a fair introduction?
Sounds great.
Okay, we didn't do any like formal, Sharyn's been in the business for X number of years, because they can go look it up on your website.
Yeah, I've been doing instructional design I was just counting it today for another video I was doing, and I've been doing this since 1993. I only got into this PLR, I don't call it PLR, but this white label, brandable element of it about, 8 years ago now, mm-hmm. Something like that. When I discovered that this type of thing even existed and that people wanted it. They wanted stuff that was already done and could customize. But before that, I was doing it all corporate, basically.
Right. Well, 8 years is a long time in our business. This is still a emerging type of business. But yeah, exactly. Whether you're looking at toolsformotivation.com or contentsparks.com, we're basically creating content for you. You can download it, a license of it, rebrand it, and sell it, package it up as your own. That's effectively, at the end of the day, what we're both doing. We just tackle it from different angles, different styles, different topics. We're more self-help. Yeah. Sharyn, you're more, I guess, business, sales, and marketing.
Yeah. But doing it from that course side. So the industry has really evolved quite a bit. Mm-hmm. It used to be that it was just called PLR, mm-hmm. and it was
private label rights.
Yeah, private label rights that were just a bunch of articles. And when I started out, that's all it was a pack of articles, maybe a report. And for me, I started out doing a little bit of that, but then I saw I could really use my experience on the instructional design side to create courses. And then I found there was this huge demand for it. People didn't want just the articles. They wanted something they could really use. And we take the experience, the research, design, all that stuff and add it in, which creates something very different. Which is why I don't like to call it PLR, because that private label rights to try and differentiate, to show that this is something very different. You're getting a course, a complete course that you can then customize for your market. And you don't have to spend all the other hours and hours of work starting out from scratch. We've done most of it. And then what my customers love is that they can just focus on where they add the value with their expertise. Everything else is set. So they'll still stand out and be unique by adding their expertise to it. So that's where, we can talk about some different ways that people do that as well. Some customers, because your customers do the same sort of thing. It's just, different topics and.
Exactly. Oh yeah, very similar, but you're right. Courses, high ticket courses, whether there's video components, audio, there's sometimes even like a coaching element or mastermind group where there's interaction happening. Usually it's all of those things. It's a lot of work to build something that is of sustainable value. So if you can take any shortcuts or leverage your time in one way or another, Content Sparks is an amazing way of doing it because it's saving you the writing and the research aspect of it. At the end of the day, you're communicating a message that if you and I are both, I would say we're both experts now at marketing online. We could probably write, our 10 best tips for how we grow our business online. It's going to look pretty similar at the end of the day. There are things that just work, and your courses focus on core things that work, whatever your topic may be for that course. So somebody buying it now doesn't need to write those basics. They can write the enhancements to make it unique to their brand or to whatever their coaching package does. But man, does that ever save a lot of time? The big thing I mentioned off camera before we started was, if you're watching this right now and you're fairly new to this whole world, if maybe your first year or less of having your own website, maybe you're developing a coaching program or creating your first course online, the big thing I hear, I think you might agree with this, Sharyn, is people lack that self-confidence or the self-esteem to really believe that they can put something out that's worth money. They just have to wrap their head around that. And so if they're creating it from scratch, those little negative voices that pop in, or those, those things that trip them up because they just feel like, oh, am I really ready for this? Can really delay that process of getting the course built. So why not borrow Sharyn's expertise and her whole team's expertise and get something that you can start with that is good. It's based on like a 25-year instructional design expertise. To me, that would give me an immediate boost of confidence. Like, it's okay, I didn't write this from scratch. I'm using a proven system from somebody that's been doing it forever, has been paid very well to do so. I'm simply enhancing it. So for those of you that are 1 year or less, this is an amazing opportunity. And especially when you look at the prices that you pay, it's unbelievable savings versus what you would pay to either hire somebody to help you, build it from scratch when you're spending weeks or months doing it, which is really thousands of dollars when you put a time to your hour, or a dollar figure to your hours. You're saving tons of time and money here. Yeah,
in fact, I ran into one of our customers at a conference I was at recently, and she was telling me something like that. She has expertise in other areas, and she's just starting to build a new business where she consults and helps people set up their network marketing business. So people that are just starting out, and she's helping them and coaching them. But she said to me that she loves our content because she gets very stressed and worried when she has to create any kind of training. And we have the expertise in that. So she's taking our courses on different types of marketing topics, tweaking them for the network marketing angle, because that's what she focuses on, and creating a whole training series around it. And then also selling her services at the same time. So she's combined the two. And, she's new at that, but she doesn't have the experience creating the training side. And she said that's why she just loves our content. Whereas I've also had people who are experts, and I was telling you this before also off camera, but people who are experts in their field, and maybe they even know how to create training themselves, have done it. But there's that time element. And that's the thing I hear over and over. I just don't have the time. I don't have the time to create it. Maybe I know how to do it. I don't know how to do it, or even it's half done already and needs to be finished, and just keeps getting pushed to the side, creating those courses. It comes from both angles, people that are not experienced and people who are experienced. Both of them leverage those done for you courses.
Yeah, exactly. So whoever you are watching this video right now, there's going to be a wide range of people, but I think everybody can relate to, if we base the rest of this conversation on creating a course. Now, this course might be something you're just going to sell straight up. It could be something you offer as a bonus as part of another promotion. Maybe you're promoting another company. Maybe you're promoting another one of your courses, and this is an add-on or enhancement. Could be some kind of combination. Let's actually take a look. Let's go to your website live here. I'm going to share my screen.
I have to mention, a lot of people use it for current clients, current customers. So like that,
Okay.
if you have coaching or other customers, it keeps them in your business so that if there's something that, some topic that they need to learn, you don't have time to create a course on, but you don't want to lose them. You don't want them going off to somebody else. So you can have a whole suite of courses, training that you, or reports, ebooks, things that you can send them when they need help, or what I'd call a resource portal, something online that's your membership that you can keep people in as a bonus or just for follow-up. And that keeps them in your tribe, keeps them as one of your loyal followers, not going off somewhere else.
Yeah, that's been a proven formula for us as well at our website. We have a pretty deep YouTube channel where we do tons of little tutorial videos, but I'm creating all these from scratch. Now we're starting to leverage more of even like your type of courses, but it's amazing. Like somebody will come to your help desk and ask for a tip on, well, I bought product A and it's great, but I'm having a little problem with just this piece. I'm trying to implement it. Do you have any tips? It's really, really impactful when you can send that person an exact answer, and it's a tutorial, whether it's a video or like a little checklist or whatever from your company that solves that problem.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I could get someone to create some of the ones that I need.
Yeah, so that's a really good point. And not only that, if you already have customers that bought stuff, well, they're way more likely to buy again from you if they're still on your list. They bought something, they stayed on your list, and they're still opening your emails. They probably got some value. So you should be selling them other stuff if you have other stuff, which you probably can. If you're an expert at anything, you could probably create hundreds of courses when you take different things that you've learned over the years. This type of content can help you with it. So Sharyn, can you see my screen? I just went over to contentsparks.com.
Yep.
So right now excuse me, I've gone over to Sharyn's main storefront here. And I guess we've got the 3 different tracks, right? We've got, or is it, yeah, no, it's 3. So business and management, professional development, sales and marketing. I'm going to pick that middle one, if that's cool with you.
Yeah, actually, I would pick the sales and marketing one. Just because that's one of the most popular areas. Though actually, if you want to do professional development, I forgot, tools for motivation, you might have more people interested in that. So
sure. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of crossover here. But let's actually go through one of these, and we can talk a bit more about those examples, but kind of give you a live walkthrough of how Sharyn's programs could help you. But even just high level, just thinking about creating courses and tutorials and how this can help your business, even if you do it from scratch in the beginning. This should really just get you help you thinking about how to grow your business. So do you have one of these that stands out here?
Well, I love the realistic content marketing plan personally.
Okay,
go to that. There's a lot of different ones in here.
Okay,
so that's just one of my favorites because most people can't put together a plan that they can actually implement, and this is all about actually creating a plan that you actually can implement that's realistic.
Right.
So, a realistic.
Cool. Okay, so plan. Now, and you can see this still on my screen, correct?
Yep.
Okay, great.
All screen.
So let's let's take a look at this right now and come at it from, we'll just, again, try to keep it abstract. A customer on my list or your list, or even just somebody that happened to come by this video, they're a coach, they're a consultant of some sort, and they help their customers with online marketing, right? So maybe they've already done a webinar or a YouTube tutorial on some of the best practices of Facebook marketing. Maybe they had another one on easy ways to grow your list, or to build your list. You have a lead magnet, there's different things you can do. Now, they want to offer a third track or a third campaign to showcase another area of their expertise, content marketing. So they could create an entire content marketing course from scratch or start here, correct?
Yep, exactly.
So walk me through this. So where should we just jump down to the contents of this package?
Yeah, at the top is some of the explanation of why you'd want to do this particular topic. So right this is how to really grow your business with a content plan. So scroll down at the top is just, what you get.
Right.
So if you scroll down, what did I say here? So content, some of the reasons you want to talk about content marketing, right? So content in general establishes establishes you as an expert, attracts new customers. So it's kind of the same stuff as courses too. That's why you're getting content.
Yeah.
But the whole problem with content marketing is there's so much, and people get overwhelmed with how much they are supposed to do. You know, you're supposed to do blog posts and Twitter and Instagram and, you know, video and all this other stuff. It's very overwhelming. Whereas if you really want to help your audience, helping them create a realistic plan is going to reduce that overwhelm and help them grow their business faster.
The whole idea of adding more to their workload can produce panic.
Yeah, it makes it worse.
Marketing can feel like to people.
And most people are afraid of a marketing plan anyway, the first place.
You've got to do all this different stuff. Oh, and by the way, that's just to get people to your website so they buy this other thing that you then also have to create. And people are like, oh, forget it. I don't want to run an online business. It's too much.
Exactly. So in this course, if you scroll down, you'll see that there's module overviews of exactly what you'd be teaching. So you go back up a little bit.
Right here?
So there's things on like the content you have to create, you know, setting goals, deciding who you're creating the content for, and then what you can realistically commit to. And they finish up with an editorial calendar. So some of our newer ones have even more modules in here. This one's nice and concise, but still very meaty. We don't like to do fluff when it comes to courses. It's not fluff.
But I like this. Yeah, you're right. This is a process. Like I already know. And I've even unzipped this package before. I don't think I've seen this one. I have some of yours, but not this one. I already know what this course is going to look like. You have your modules set out here, so I can start thinking. Now I've created many courses myself in the past, so I don't have as much of a problem visualizing this. But you can see it like step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. It works. It walks them through a realistic plan that they can implement and execute on and actually get some results on. And then when you go
everything is about action, taking action. None of it, you know, we might have to give some theory and background and stuff to understand, but everything's about implementing and taking action on any of these courses. So everything has action steps at the end. And if you look at the student materials there, you'll see they get a course book, they get an action guide. So these worksheets to fill in for the action steps at the end of each module. And then there's a lot of support materials, things, that cheat sheet. People love the cheat sheet because what it is for each module, they get a summary, including the key takeaways and the action steps. So you can pull out one of those and have it as a quick reference, as a download, things like that. People love that kind of thing. So those are great. And then there's some other support materials like the graphics that we put in. And what else? Oh, this one has an editorial calendar template. We also do now an infographic that gives that high level snapshot view of the whole course as well, which is also really helpful in terms of helping people look back and see what they've learned at a high level. Right.
So this first section here is like you can visualize it as like physical paper. Like here's a bunch of stuff you give your students. And then you scroll down here, part 2, here's all the stuff that you at the front of the room or whatever, if you want to visualize a course as an instructor, you've got this. You've got your slide deck, maybe you have a laptop with the slides running. You've got your notes with cues to remind yourself what to say. You've got emails to follow up on, hey, you've learned this over the course of these past few days or weeks or whatever.
And that's really important. A lot of people don't have. You don't want to just put a course out there and then leave people, because you need to keep up the relationship. So this kind of starts you out with a few emails to keep the relationship going and give them reminders and help them implement what they've learned. And then you just keep that relationship up, continue it with more emails. And, you know, those slideshows you can easily do as video. So you can set it up very easily as an online course using some sort of platform. We like Teachable, but everybody has their favorites. And just separate it out, do short little bite-sized videos, take the text from the course book and set that up as well. Just, you know, convert and upload it, break it up into all those different modules, and you have an online course ready to go. Yeah,
exactly. I'm thinking about this. I like to go back to people because I know the experienced people can kind of listen to this and then merge it into what they're doing. But I really like to talk to that person that we mentioned earlier. You know, if you're in your first 12 months or less, and you really want you really want to establish yourself online, kind of showcase your expertise, make money from what you're good at. My first couple of years in business. So I'm actually on the, Sharyn and I have similar backgrounds. Sharyn's from a corporate background where she was creating the courses. I was actually from a corporate background as well, and I was one of those people on the front line. He takes these materials that people like her would create and teach them in front of classrooms full of people that my company was charging big money for, and I was getting paid decently as well as the instructor. But I had all this stuff I'm looking at on your screen right now. This would show up in a giant box when I would show up in a different city to teach. Right? I'd have a bunch of kits I'd hand out around the room. Then I'd go to the front of the room and I'd open up my laptop and I'd have my slideshow with all my notes. I didn't build any of this. There was a team of people in that corp that were.
That was me.
That was you.
That was me.
What I did was when I was first starting my business, my business partner and I didn't really have a whole plan of what we were going to do. We didn't start out in the PLR or content creation world. We did a bunch of other stuff before we arrived here. So I took a lot of different paths to reach this. And one of the things I did just to make some money under my own business was I went and I taught courses locally. I went to like local business startup groups, like these things in the community where if you're starting a business, they offer like free sessions and stuff like that. So they would bring in, like you could apply to be a speaker. So it was a good way to kind of get your name out as an entrepreneur. And there's a local community college. I made some money working for them. I would go in and teach different courses, very basic, like tech marketing type of stuff that I was just better at than the other people coming in. I wasn't necessarily an expert. Yeah. This is something I would have actually really appreciated to have, because I was having to create all of my slides and hand out materials to do, and these were free courses, by the way, or the college one was paid, but it was very low pay. I was doing it simply to establish my name as a business owner who had some expertise on this stuff. So I was spending all kinds of like hours staying up late just to prepare for these things that were simply to get my name out there. Imagine if I had all of this. This would have been amazing. So if you're watching this right now and you're just getting started, imagine you go to Sharyn's website for $250. All of this is done for you. This is an amazing course that teaches people something that actually works, a content marketing strategy that could work for your local plumber. It could work for the chiropractor. You could do this right in your own town, and you've got this awesome course that you didn't write. It's all done, and you just simply go through it, make sure you understand it, and that you can teach it confidently, and you start putting it out there. Even if you're just charging, $50 a head at the local whatever, you sell 5 people 5 tickets to this thing. You've recovered your investment on Sharyn's program, and now you have experience teaching it. You've done your first course, maybe you set up another one, then you record it into a video, start selling it online. One little investment in Sharyn's package here that could turn into thousands of dollars of revenue for your business that will continue to sell. Content marketing isn't going away anytime soon. So this could be an evergreen type of course for you that you start stacking other things on top of in the future. Does that make sense? Yeah,
content marketing, to me now especially, it's all about educating people. So courses, whatever size, is the way to go. And you talked about doing local workshops. There are a lot of our customers have told me they use it at monthly meetups. So they'll take one of the topics, and not necessarily the whole thing, because some of them are large, but maybe just a portion of it, and teach that. It becomes the theme of the local workshop or meetup, and they get people's email addresses. You don't want to just do it and not capture those leads. Have people sign up, capture those in your email system, in your email marketing platform. And then, say you use just part of it, part of the program. Then later you can create something bigger and paid. So there's things in here like we have opt-in reports, but you can take just portions of it as well. So this is the opt-in report is 4 types of content every business needs for success. And there's a slideshow that goes with it as well. So there's a version in the slideshow. That's perfect for, putting your design on. It doesn't have to be fancy looking, and presenting at the next meetup, gathering people's emails, putting some of your own language and stories in. And then you just keep nurturing those leads and sending them emails until you're ready to do something bigger and something paid. You don't have to be doing it right away.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. If you don't mind, I'm gonna hit back once here, and I just wanted to look at something a bit more selfie-helpy.
Healthy. Let's see. Modern business etiquette. Getting the most from live events is a nice small one that's helpful if you're going to live events.
Yeah, here, let's do this one because
step out of your comfort zone.
I promoted this one once and people loved it.
Yeah.
So this is really great for those of you that are on the Tools for Motivation list already and you're downloading our self-help content every week. Stepping out of your comfort zone is that's a great topic. I mean, this comes up all the time. It's mentioned one way or another in almost any self-help book I've ever read.
Yeah.
You can't just be comfortable all the time. You've got to do something new you haven't done before to grow as a person. If you don't do that, then you're probably regressing. So this is a great lesson. Think of this is one of your more simple packages. What do you call it? This is I forget.
We call this Flash. So we have the Flash, Beacon, and Blaze. Flash is more quick content that's good for attracting leads, so small reports and stuff.
Yep.
Beacon is more like a self-study course, but it would also be good for an ebook or you could set it up as an online course, but it's more self-study. And then the Blaze comes with everything, all the slides and
the one we just looked at previously.
Yeah,
Blaze. Yeah.
Exactly. So that's like a whole funnel you could build.
Yeah. So this one is
this is Flash. This is a short report, or you could make it into a short e-course, like an email series course.
Right. So for $37, you're getting this thing done for you. So it comes with the report. It comes with an action guide. Okay, so it does have like
worksheets,
suggestions. Got the cheat sheet. It's got some graphics, an infographic,
and tweets. And by the way, the other thing with that cheat sheet that we include in there is because it's a summary with bullet points of each module. It's very easy to make slides out of it. So if there aren't slides already included, that makes it really simple. Just give it to, if you don't want to do it yourself, give it to a VA, hire somebody on Fiverr and have them put it into slides for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Quick and easy.
I mean, to me, if you already have even just a small list, you could take something like this, okay, $37 investment, and then creatively just create a very simple, it could be a campaign or it could just be a simple like educational piece for your list. Saying, we've already been talking a lot about whatever. If you're in the personal development world, maybe you've already talked about things like developing self-confidence, leadership skills, and public speaking skills and whatever. Stepping out of your comfort zone will apply to all of those things. Wherever you're growing your skills or your abilities, you're going to come up against this sort of terror barrier or feeling fear or whatever, because you're doing something new. You haven't done it before. All you would have to do is take Sharyn's course here, open it up, read through it. I mean, how long would it take? It's 20 pages or so. You can read through it in 20 minutes and simply come up with your own spin. What I would do, I would record this in my own voice. I would literally read through this, get my nice little microphone. I think I paid $100 for it. It records really high quality MP3s, but it's literally in my voice now, not outsourcing that. I could narrate this. I might make a few mistakes here and there, but could narrate it and turn it into an MP3 in, let's say, half an hour work, tops, right? Maybe have a few sips of coffee in between. Then I would maybe add a little bit of my own branding, kind of make it look like my own, and I would package the PDF and the MP3 into a zip file and send it out to my list. Maybe I would send it first to my customers for free, and then to my non-buyers, I could say, look, I'm publishing this. It's a new kind of little flash course, or maybe I use some of your wording next week, and it's going to be $47. You're on my list. I'm going to give it to you now. Get in early for $20. Grab it. Tell me what you think. Give me some feedback so I can improve it for the final release. Maybe it's not 2 weeks. Maybe it's a bit longer than that. But whatever the timing may be, you could easily spin this. So you're giving your existing buyers something free. It's like, oh, wow, you just get a new product, brand new, for free, just because you're a customer and we love you. You haven't bought anything yet. Well, here's an opportunity to kind of test us out, see if you like our stuff, and you're going to pay less than half of what I'm going to be charging next week or the week after that. That whole thing could take place, even if you have a list of like a few hundred people. Why would you not try something like that? Get some new customers in and getting used to buying your stuff, going through your cart, checking out, giving you money. Now they're going to be far more likely to buy more stuff from you in the future. That whole thing could be created in less than an hour. Yep. Right. So
exactly.
Yeah. So this stuff is, I mean, the quality speaks for itself. You and I could sit here and talk about how good your quality is to we're blue in the face. People have to decide for themselves, right? So I'm sure there's some samples we can send them if they're looking around. Ultimately, test it out. Grab one of Sharyn's programs. We'll all be promoting different stuff from her throughout the year. So when you see a promotion come by, take advantage of it, because it's going to be less than what you're going to be paying after that promotion, and test it out.
Absolutely.
And if you don't know what to do next, that's where you go to Sharyn's help desk, you go to my help desk. Maybe it's a combination. This is fun for me, Sharyn. We could probably set these kind of calls up once a month and go through different ideas for people.
Oh yeah, there's so many. It's endless. I don't want to overwhelm people completely, but because there are so many. And there's on my page, there's also that Start Here tab that has some guidance on it's the big orange box. Oh, it says Start Here.
I was looking at the
trying to make it obvious.
Yeah,
but one of those design things.
There it is. Yeah.
So there's information that kind of guides you through. Are you in the right place? How does it work? Some tips for how to pick the right content for your business. And we've got a blog post. I have a lot of blog posts and tutorials on the site as well for everyone. But there's a link to a sample there. I actually just put a new sample. It's not samples that you can use yourself, but what we did is put together a package where it pulls samples of each type of the content somewhere in there, just in a PDF. If you go
people can come here and look around.
Yeah, just explore a little bit.
And people can, I guess your license probably breaks down, but people can give stuff away free, right? Like, so for example, I really love to.
It's very much like your license. Yeah,
Pardon?
I think my license rules are pretty much the same as yours.
Okay. So you can't necessarily take one of the courses and publish it as a blog post, but if you're an existing subscriber, I can send you this course for free privately. I just can't publish it on the web.
Yeah, that would really take away the value for you and for everyone else. Yeah. If you're just why would you do that? Don't take a whole big course and just put it up on the web.
No, but let's say a segment, a module, a teaser, something like that, right?
Yeah, take a little portion of it and use it to get leads. Yeah. So the rules are you don't take, except for specific things like blog posts, you don't want to just put it up on the web. You don't want it for anyone to see. Yeah. You want to get some leads out of it. So gate it somehow. And maybe they're great as content, the smaller stuff as content upgrades as well. So you have a blog post and, make it sound like you, edit it, add some value and whatnot, and then use one part of it as a content upgrade, which is, if people don't know what that is, it's where you offer a lead magnet inside of a blog post where the content's directly related. So you get very targeted people who are interested in that topic opting into that list, or you can tag them up, depending on how sophisticated you are with email marketing.
Where I was going with that is one of my strategies is I really like to spoil subscribers on my list. So whether you bought or not, I love to send free stuff out every single week. It will vary. Sometimes it's a fairly significant freebie that I should be charging money for. Other times it's just something more simple. It's still useful. So there's plenty of content within the zips, not necessarily the course itself, but other supplemental content that you could use that strategy for, and I highly recommend it. If you're list building, great. If you're not, well, why? But assuming you're list building, staying in touch with those customers, I try to mail every single day. And one of those 7 days out of your 7 days a week should be, in my opinion, some kind of like spoil your customer freebie type of thing. Just here's something, here's some ideas of how to use it. I hope you can get some value. People just love it. It creates this reciprocity. It just shows that you actually care about them and you're not just always selling. There is some give and take, and it just creates a long-term relationship with people. So Sharyn's content's perfect for that. Yeah.
And I love that strategy, the way you do that, because I talked earlier about creating some sort of portal and membership site for your customers to keep that you can keep adding to. But I think the way you do it is you send it just in an email and it's different every week, right? You're not sending them to just some sort of portal that they log into.
Right. Now what we've done is we create a page that expires. So it's like some random page you couldn't guess on our website. And then the page expires after 1 week. So, we're not just going to publish it to the same URL and you just unsubscribe and go back every week and grab it. You got to be on the list to know where it is. And maybe it won't be on our website next week. Maybe I'm just going to send it directly inside of the body of the email. I don't know. We keep you guessing.
Keep them on their toes, right?
So that's great. So unless you have anything else, I think that's a nice summary. I hope you agree with me. For those of you watching, Content Sparks is an incredibly unique site. You really won't find this level of depth for done-for-you kind of white labels, PLR content anywhere else. So that's why I always recommend sharing stuff whenever it's a topic I feel fits well. So do take some time to look around. I think there is a lot you can do here. Incredibly high value stuff for a relatively low price, considering what you would pay to hire your own instructional designer. I mean, do you want to pay thousands and thousands of dollars, or do you want to pay way less and get basically the same result, right? So that's why I wanted to do this, but I also wanted to bring Sharyn on so you could hear what she has to say about stuff. It's pretty impressive. So I hope you agree with me. Yeah, that's great.
Thanks, Justin.
So great. If there's anything else, I guess they just come here and hit the, where are we here? We just go home and hit the, what is it? Support link at the bottom.
Oh, for questions?
Yeah. Where do you got here?
At the top, it says need help over on the right.
I'm not doing well when I'm on the spot here. I don't know, something about like being on the spot. I'm not seeing. It's right here in front of my face.
Or we need to do a better job with the user experience. There should probably be a link at the bottom.
Like Tim Hortons coffee yet.
Yeah.
Big one wasn't enough.
I could use some, but there's a contact us and there's a frequently asked questions as well.
Yeah. So you'll find it's very similar. Sharyn and her team are very similar to us. If you've experienced our help desk, we take a look at all this stuff. I mean, we're not just going to send you some random person to answer your question. We're all interested in hearing if you're doing stuff with our content. We want to know. We want to try to help you get the most results from it, because that's how we make money in our businesses. So don't be shy. Reach out, ask questions, find out how you can leverage this, profit from it, grow your business with it, so we can all win. I think that'd be a pretty good result.
Yep, definitely.
All right, so now just to let you know, we've got a very special offer from Sharyn for Toolless Motivation subscribers for a very short window. It's not something, Sharyn, I know you don't like to do this all that often, but I do appreciate this. It's a site-wide coupon, correct?
Yes, site-wide, which I rarely do. I do it maybe once, twice at the most per year.
Okay.
So this is very rare.
So yeah, so listen up, pay attention, put your phones down, stop texting. No, in all seriousness, look at this here. So you go to contentsparks.com, you click the shop link, and you see the 3 categories, several dozen in the sales and marketing. We've got lots here. And start browsing through and realize that every one of the packages you see here, other than anything that's a special, which we'll get into in a second, any package you see here, you can get for half price during this very short window. So for example, here, this one's already reduced in half. You're not going to cut that in half again. But for the ones that are not reduced or on special, those are 50% off. Did I nail that?
Yeah, they'll be 50% off everything. And also, I think it doesn't show on the screen now, but there's one that's coming up that's probably live by the time you're looking at this video that is more than 50% off. So the coupon won't work on that, but then it's already, I think it'll be like 65% off because it's a brand new one. It's called Create Your Signature System. So it's all about creating a system and a program that you become known for. That's one of your proven processes for solving something. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, that should show up when you actually go to, depending on when you release this, and show people next week. So, yeah. Obviously, we're pre-recording this.
Yeah, we are. We are definitely. This is not a live webinar. We will fully admit that. But honestly, like, take some time. If you got this far into the video, obviously you see the value here. So spend a little bit of time. After you shut this off, 20 minutes. Go through, look at the 3 different categories. Business, personal development, or professional development, sales and marketing. Start thinking about what we talked about: lead magnets, course extensions, core courses,
freebies.
Stuff. Pardon?
Freebies to
stuff you can send
your people happy. Yeah.
And now you get 50% off anything you see for the next few days. Okay, very short opportunity here. As long as you see some kind of opportunity to monetize this in your business, I would take advantage of it, because you're not going to see 50% off Sharyn's courses all that often. So I do appreciate that, Sharyn. I hope the Tools for Motivation subscribers agree with that and take us up on it. I think it's a great opportunity here.
Yep, definitely. And let me know if you have questions. I'm here.
Me too.
I'll be looking out for it.
Thanks
Okay.
everybody for watching. I got to go top this bad boy up now.
All right. Thanks a lot, Justin.
Okay. Thank you. See ya.
All right. Bye.